Hello, I'm Christian from the Communities team at the National Football Museum. The museum's collection is packed with the history of the game of our lives. In this video, we'll be taking you through 11 museum objects related to football on TV and radio. Our first object is this early copy of the Radio Times from 1934, featuring promotion of the FA Cup final with a numbered grid football pitch. This numbered grid was used for the first ever radio broadcast of a football match in January 1927 between Arsenal and Sheffield United as an aid for armchair listeners at home. The idea was one commentator would describe the action whilst the other called out the section of the pitch where the ball was. By the end of 1927, a whole range of sports commentaries had been broadcast, including the Grand National, boat race and the FA Cup final, that year won by Cardiff City. By 1936, BBC Television began broadcasting, and within a year the first football match was screened, a specially arranged friendly between Arsenal and Arsenal reserves. Our second object is from 17 years later, however. By 1953, 20% of British households owned a television set, and with even more purchased for the forthcoming coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, that year's FA Cup final was considered by many to be the first major televised sporting event. A classic between Stanley Matthews' Blackpool and Bolton Wanderers, now known as the Matthews Final. On display at the museum from that final is Sir Stanley Matthews' famous tangerine Blackpool shirt. With television audiences growing, cup finals gained huge TV ratings in the UK, none more so than the 1966 World Cup final. A record 32.3 million viewers tuned in to see England beat West Germany to win the Jules Rimet Trophy, albeit Geoff Hurst's match-worn shirt from the final, on display at the museum, would have looked more grey than red on most people's black and white TV sets at the time. The broadcast of the match was topped off with Kenneth Wolstenholme's famous line in commentary, after Geoff Hurst scored his third goal: "They think it's all over, it is now." Although many were still watching in black and white 4 years later, the 1970 World Cup was the first to be broadcast in colour. From the popular Panini sticker books to Brazil's bright Canarina yellow shirts, the 1970 World Cup was a burst of colour from the previous grayscale. The most iconic product linked to the World Cup was undoubtedly the Adidas Towstar ball, however. The ball's unique design made it easy for TV viewers to track on screen, regardless of whether they were watching in colour or black and white, and has become the ubiquitous representation of a standard football to this day. Our fifth museum object you'd expect to find in climates much colder than that of the 1970 World Cup in Mexico. Over a 40-year career as leading commentator at the BBC, John Motson became known for his iconic sheepskin coats. Reserved for only the chilliest of matches, a photo of Motson at a snowy Adams Park was shown at the museum as part of Stuart Roy Clark's Homes of Football exhibition in 2018. Motson retired from the BBC in 2017, having commentated on 10 World Cups, 10 European Championships and a huge 29 FA Cup finals. Nowadays, you're just a click away from reliving your club's most memorable matches, but it hasn't always been that easy. Long before the internet and on-demand platforms, LPs would be produced to commemorate a famous derby victory or a cup win with the radio commentary from that match. The National Football Museum has several in our collection, from this gramophone record of the 1932 FA Cup final to souvenirs from cup finals in the 70s and 80s. Alongside broadcasting live coverage, TV and radio has also played an important role in making footballers household names. Object 7 is Paul Gascoigne's Sports Personality of the Year Award from 1990. The BBC's annual awards have run since 1954, with footballers taking the top prize 5 times. The 99 Women's World Cup is often referenced as a landmark moment for coverage of the women's game, and our 8th object is the programme from this tournament. The US took an ambitious approach to hosting the tournament, with matches in huge stadiums and a vast array of branded merchandise produced. Over 90,000 people attended the final, but US broadcaster ABC reported 40 million viewers on TV, more than both the 98 and 94 men's finals in the US. On these shores, we'd have to wait until 2007 for the Women's World Cup to get the same dedicated terrestrial TV coverage. Our 9th collection object tells more of a cautionary tale of football and broadcast. This monkey is now best known for advertising tea, but the puppet was initially introduced as part of a launch of ITV Digital in 2001. In an attempt to gain more customers, the network paid an astronomical $315 million for exclusive rights to show English Football League matches. Given their growth of income through the TV deal, clubs began to spend more, but it was too good to be true. By late 2002, ITV Digital was liquidated, with $178.5 million still owed to the clubs. The impact of football finance in this country was seismic, with 16 English clubs entering administration in 2002 and 2003 alone, and the effects of this broken deal are still felt by some clubs today. Object 10 focuses on the elaborate marketing campaigns that now accompany TV and radio coverage of football. This tapestry was produced by BBC Creative and BBC Sport for their coverage of the 2018 World Cup in Russia and was on display at the museum throughout 2018. Every frame of the animated film that advertised BBC's coverage of the tournament was embroidered, making a 7-metre long tapestry featuring famous World Cup moments from Maradona, Roger Milla, Gazza and Zinedine Zidane. Following the tournament, it was even added to, with images of Germany's early exit, Gareth Southgate's waistcoat and England's run to the semi-finals, and a victorious Kylian Mbappe. Bringing us up to date with broadcast technology for now at least, Object 11 is from the 2019-20 Women's Super League season. Gemma Bonner's Manchester Bee embroidered boots for Manchester City's season opener against Manchester United. The derby was the first match available to watch for free through the FA Player app, which subsequently streamed every match of the Women's Super League season and gained close to 100,000 subscribers in its first 6 months. So that's our 11 collection objects on the history of football and broadcast media. But what stories have we missed out? Let us know in the comments. Find these and thousands of other objects on our online collection at nationalfootballmuseum.com. Thanks for watching, make sure to drop this video a like and subscribe for more football history content.